Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the weekly GL Dream Call. This call was usually, if I remember correctly, 1 o'clock on a Saturday. I've moved it to a Friday, so to get everything more uh, time friendly for myself. Um, I know a lot of people is at work on a Friday this time, but the call will be recorded and posted. Just a quick update on the Dream vehicles. There is still a few people that I said I'll sponsor in on the Dream Eagles, which will still happen. As you all know, I'm involved in a huge amount of other projects. The reason for the other projects is about 80% to generate more funds for Gift of Legacy, to get more profiles on there. Uh, Concerning the sponsorships, the few people that is still due for sponsorships will be sponsored. After that, me personally is not going to sponsor people. Our experience is that the people that we sponsor in don't really commit, and a lot of them have abandoned their profiles. So it's actually a waste of time and money to sponsor people in. If I do move money from the other projects that I'm involved with, then I will take profiles for myself or for the NPOs, Kana Foundation, Auxilio, all those type of things. So that is concerning the sponsorships. There's a lot of boards not having any movement at this stage, because for a long time, up to the beginning of the year, Bobby, Liana, myself, Andrew, Christina, Miria, Sari, some other people worked on the boards alone, and you can't expect anybody to keep on putting their own money in and keep on taking profiles to get people moving up in the GL system. So that is unfortunately where we're standing. So if I do work on boards, I will take maybe one Dream Track board and fill it for myself, get the people through to silver. But again, if the legend isn't working with us, I'm not going to work on the board. The legend must understand the first four gifts goes for silver. And then the same on the silver over to the gold. People don't want to follow the procedure or the guidelines, then I'm not going to work on a board. So I will first make contact with the legend on each board that I'm going to work on. If I request links from the builders and they don't provide it in time, I'm going to chain. That means if I can get a link from one of the builders, I will then from the gifter position send out links for the other six positions. I'm not going to beg people for links. If you don't send links, then I'm not going to use your link because I didn't receive it. So I'll have to generate links myself. So let's say one builder send out links. I'll register two positions and then chain the other six from there. If two builders send out links, beautiful, then we can note four, and then the other four positions will be chained. That's just the strategy I'm going to follow. If anybody on that board then after the split wants to work, they can feel free to work. I've done my part then on that board because then I'm going to sit with all the positions on the new boards. Whoever's then sitting without invitees will have to do some work on the boards. That is the best way to do it. We were in a project that we specifically joined to assist GL. There was a profile that assisted GGM for the cost of the developer and the cost of the maintenance of GL. That profile, unfortunately, been standing still now for about 7 weeks. There is movement and there is news dripping through here and there, but currently it's not paying out. But in the meantime, I'm sitting on a lot of other projects where I'm also loading a lot of people because they can make money for themselves. And a lot of those people, at least half of them, is also part of Gift of Legacy, where they can then work on their boards. For the people that is in other projects and not yet on Gift of Legacy, in that whole process of them earning money and me assisting them, building strong downlines and making income, will be advised about Gift of Legacy and the benefits of joining the Dream vehicles. Quickly, the Dream vehicles consist of the original Dream Community project, whatever is left on those boards. It looks scary, they're empty. There is compression coming, but they're scaring me empty at this stage. Dream Tracks, Dream Cruise, Dream Caravan, Dream Eagle, and then the Dream Submarine. I will also work on my own old migrated boards and the people that I assisted during that process. Right, that's all the news I've got for today. Any questions? Anybody that wants to add something?
Stefan, can I please ask something?
Yes.
I joined Gift of Legacy about 2 years ago, but I didn't know anything about it. And I joined this WhatsApp group that was that we had a monthly commitment. And then they put the leader put us on a board on Gift of Legacy. So I bought my spot and then I sponsored in 2 people. So now I've got 3 spots on 3 different bronze boards. My 2 people that I brought in are gone. They left Gift of Legacy. They've given up their spots. On my one board, even the legend's gone. They took their money and they left. So I'm alone on that one board. On the other 2 boards, there's 2 other gifters, but I'm also like basically alone on those 2 boards. Now I'm just sitting there now for 2 years. I'm trying to, I've spoken to support, I've spoken to them, and all they get back to me is say, bring into new people, bring into new people. And nobody is assisting me. I'm trying to get into something like you've got to try and get back into Gift of Legacy without it costing me another $300, which obviously I don't have. I know that, what's his name? I spoke to him directly, the guy that's in charge of Gift of Legacy. He said that these little factions that had the WhatsApp groups that did their own thing was outside of Gift of Legacy, that we had to pay a monthly support cost to get our boards. That was out of his control what they did. So the way that we got into Gift of Legacy was our 200 Rand a month that we paid. And then it was up to a stage when we had the $100 accumulated for our spot that we were only put on a board. But it was basically that they manipulated the boards. I don't know how it happened or what happened, but it was also at the time when the split came with Jacques, and everything happened when he left and he started his Infinity Grid and all that nonsense. So it was, and then the person that we had the WhatsApp group with left, and she just closed the group. So we're all left in the lurch.
What happened now with all the 200 rands that you paid in on a monthly basis?
Nothing. I'm just sitting there with my 3 spots, my 3 $100 spots. There's the one board has got no legend and no other spots. I'm alone on the one board. And the other 2 boards, I've got my little spot just sitting there in limbo.
Is there a legend on the other boards?
No, I don't think there's a legend on the other boards either.
Send me photos of those boards so I can have a look at them.
Okay. Thank you.
Let's see what's going on there. Do you have my number?
Yes, I do, Stefan.
Good. I won't get to the message in the next 3 days, but I will get to the message eventually. Just send me the photos so I can have a look.
No worries. Whenever you've got time. Thank you very much.
Cool. Right. Anybody else that wants to say something or add or ask something? Good.
Yes,
Then we're done
Captain,
for.
how are you?
Yes, Anthony.
Yeah. I also would like to, just a question, is those boats that we joined with the 250, I think it was on the Dream Vehicles and those things. And then where we locked in, like tried locking every week, every second week. And then you created a board where we that still locked in and out of the board that I think it's boards should be worked on. What's happening or what's going to happen to those boards? And then they were that we that paid the $10 that rand dollar, yes, that you would have given us spot or whatever. What happened to those boards? If
Anthony,
you
a lot of
understand what
people
I'm
got on board the dream vehicles with the idea that they're going to take a position and we will get there two people for them. If the
saying.
whole community don't work together and keep on inviting and bringing in new people, then any lineage is going to come to a standstill, and that's what happened. Unfortunately, a lot
Mm-hmm.
of people did not ever get in people, and if that happens on one board, then it's going to come to a standstill. Now, we worked in a structure. We worked from the oldest board down, that we spin the oldest board the whole time, the oldest open board with your first position. But if the community, and we had huge amount of people, we had over 600 people in Dream Tracks, we had over 2,400 in Dream Submarine. If they don't keep on bringing in new people, then there's going to be no movement. Gift of Legacy can only grow and move forward if there's new people. Nobody can expect people like ourselves to keep on taking positions. What are you going to do with 1,000 profiles? Feeding yourself the whole time. That's not going to work. So if the people that's in the groups or on the boards don't start inviting, nothing's going to happen. Yes, I'm going to take boards where I'm sitting on, and I will work on them. But again, I'm going to make it spin one time, and then I'm going to sit in the boulder position, and then whoever is in guide and don't have their two in will have them to do the work first before I carry on working on the board. That's unfortunately how it works. Now we're sitting with a huge amount of people in our other projects who is not yet on Gift of Legacy, which we can over time bring in. But they are still building up their profiles on those projects. And it's going to take time for them to get into a position where they've got extra money that they can then move to Gift of Legacy. I can't even give you a time frame. It can take 2 years, it can take 5 years. But the plan is to get them on board Gift of Legacy. But every program, if you look at any program, you start with a small amount and you build it up, get your seed capital out, and then you start making money. The important thing to remember is if you do make money on a project like that, and you are planning to join Gift of Legacy eventually, the first thing you're going to do is to pay the basics like food and rent and petrol and school fees and clothes and things for the children. And so we can't expect people to have a shortage at home in order to join Gift of Legacy. They must first get their own cups full. And once that is full, yes, we can bring them on board. But that's going to take time and a huge amount of work. You don't know how much work I put into Gift of Legacy every day. I tell a lot of people about Gift of Legacy. And then I put them on projects where they can work themselves up, get their own cups full, and then join. But I can't do that alone. And unfortunately, we're sitting in a position where we realize we're the only ones working. How many people on this call now? And they've all worked a little bit on Gift of Legacy. But if the rest of the community don't join us and carry on working, everything is going to stand still. And I can't support the whole of the dream lineages alone. That's an unfortunate. Bobby can't support the whole dream lineages. You know how many positions we took on the submarine just to keep movement going, and how many positions we took on some of the other vehicles as well. You can't expect us to do it all alone. Get the community involved.
Yeah, we
Does
do
that answer your
understand that.
question, Anthony?
I say we do understand that. We know that the procedure works. It is just that, like I've got 6 different boards where the majority of people just disappeared. So now it's a challenge to get people on there or new people, whatever. But I understand what you're saying and where you're getting from. So let's see what's going to happen.
Good. Hard work, but everybody will have to work. Any other questions, Anthony?
No, thank you. That's it.
Okay. Right. Mari, sorry, Miria, do you have any questions?
Well, Captain, it's Sari here. Hello.
Hi, sorry.
I would like to ask about submarine and eagle ports. It was months and months ago when I joined, and I think I may understood a little bit not so correct, but I understood anyways that there was some kind of system that you were bringing in people whom we could sponsor in, so kind of pay it forward system. And for example, myself, I think I sponsored in as a submarine board legend those people, several. So, and I would be ready to do that again. Is it going to happen? Do you have plans for that kind of system anymore?
Sorry, we had a sponsorship list which is depleted currently. There's not one person who gave up their names for sponsorship in the last at least 4 months. Whoever was sitting on the sponsorship list has been sponsored in already. So again, if the community will have to go out and find people that wants to join but don't have the money, and then we can add them to a sponsorship list. But you can't sponsor if there's nobody on the list. Does that answer your question, sorry?
Yes, I think so, yes. It says the hoof. I have 7 profiles in submarine boards and 7 in eagle boards. So quite many people have to be found. But I try.
There's a lot that
Thank
needs to be found. Quite a lot. Remember, we slowly over time now working on people that is not yet on Gift of Legacy, telling them about it, which is on other projects. It's very easy to get somebody on board a project for $20 if they don't have $100 and get them to work up to a daily or a weekly withdrawal where they can take out $100 and join Gift of Legacy. But that takes time. It takes a huge amount of time. For me, it's very easy to make money on any other platform. I work out a schedule how I'm going to invest and reinvest. I build a downline and then assist them to build their people below them. And quickly you make a lot of money. And then again, my target is to have a lot of people on different projects where you can have multiple streams of income. And if the $100 is too much because there's cheaper platforms out there at this stage, then the people are first going to go for that. And once that profiles is making money, they will come over to Gift of Legacy. So that's a long-term project that we're working on. It's not going to happen overnight, and it's not going to happen soon. That I can tell you. Right. If there's no other questions, people, thank you for being on. This call will now be weekly on a Friday at 2 o'clock. Recordings will be up on the YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed yet to the YouTube channel, get yourself on there when you can see that when the new videos is coming up. And then remember to subscribe to the Gift of Legacy channel and follow the updates there. They have changed the system a little bit for updates and getting information through to us. Make sure you're aware how it works. All right. Good afternoon, everybody. See you next Friday.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Stefan. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye, Lisa.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Bye, Anthony.